Good evening, everybody. It is Thursday, June the 12th, and welcome back to everybody. I want to discuss maybe two topics today. One is this new iPass Centre in Kilcock, and perhaps to touch on the situation and disruptions, etc., up in the north and Ballymena or whatever. But there is two other items that I'll very briefly discuss, not even discuss, just mention actually, before I start. And that is the fact that some 60-year-old man plus has been arrested for a murder of a young lady, Annie McCarrick, back decades ago. So let's hope that this is the right person, and let's hope they have a solid case, and let's hope that justice, even delayed, is finally done. God rest her soul. The other thing I want to just briefly touch on too is this situation with a jet aircraft that crashed on takeoff in some city in India heading towards London. When a situation like this happens, the media, RTE, CNN, everybody and their grandmother will milk it now for as long as possible because it's an absolute perfect distraction from the serious issues that somebody might actually bring up that is worthy of talking about, and even more importantly, has an impact on Irish people themselves. The loss of 250 people on a crash halfway across the world has absolutely zero impact on anybody in Ireland unless they're actually related to one of those people. You could actually say it has very little impact, if any, on anybody in India either, unless, again, they have kinfolk on that plane. To put it into perspective, I just googled these stats and the numbers. In car accidents, each and every single day in India, 460 people are killed in car accidents every single day. The number of people that die in India every day is exactly 100 times greater than the number of people killed in that crash, which is 26,700 odd people. Now, when this happens, you're going to have King Charles coming out saying he's shocked and this, that, and the other. You're going to have that little fellow, what's his face, up there in Orson, up the Rhone, the guy that has lived off somebody else's sweat for the last 90 years, whatever age he is. I don't know what age he is. And he, of course, was shocked, and my thoughts and my prayers, etc. And that fool, Simon Harris, he was shocked, and he instructed the Department of Foreign Affairs to keep monitoring the situation, whatever that means. The plane has crashed and people have been killed, and it's all over. Eventually, hopefully, there will be a inquiry as to what happened. I watched the video of the plane taking off and it crashing. It was only in the air for about 7 seconds. It ascended, it leveled off, and it descended in a smooth curve. To me, there's only two possibilities. One, the plane possibly was overloaded, if you could believe that. Or two, the pilot just got a heart attack or whatever, if you could believe that as well. And indeed, some people will well believe it because it's happening all the time. Anyway, it is as of yet unknown what the cause of that plane crash is. That particular model of a Boeing 7, whatever it was, it's not particularly known for being very safe or whatever. So the stock of Boeing had a significant drop today in the stock market, etc., etc. And that will be it, over and done with. But that, of course, will dominate the news today. Getting back to the situation in Kilcock, it's a bit of a problem. I could have solved this problem myself. I had a little bit of a time machine to go back a month and a half or whatever. There is a convent in Knock, supposedly having been used up till relatively recently for a home for nuns in their final years, where they live out the rest of their lives or whatever. I can only assume it's a beautiful building. I can only assume it goes back a couple of hundred years. I can only assume it's beautiful architecture. It's a significant building in the town. I understand it's between two schools, so it's in the center of town. It perhaps almost dominates the town. It's a very important building. I did hear some other fellow interviewing a lady that was organising a protest there for 7:30 this evening. Um, Hopefully they got a few people out. I would question though how active those people were 6 months ago or whatever, when people were looking and trying to get this word out into the public domain, etc. Now, of course, in Ireland, as these iPass centres and these new people come into each and every single little locality or community, it is now that people are all of a sudden coming out of their shells and getting upset or whatever. The lady anyway said that the building was sold recently for $3.1 million. The solution of this problem, of course, was we had 2 months ago a huge demonstration or protest rally or whatever up there in Dublin. I said at the time, I hope this is the last one, because they actually have no real purpose except for promoting the political futures of the people that are speaking, etc., or their own agendas. As the man, Mr. Conway down in Sligo says, march them up the hill and march them down the hill, and to no great avail, and then they'll go and have a few beers or whatever. There was, in my estimation, 30,000 people at that protest, because I would have calculated using somewhat of a scientific method. Other people said there was 100,000 people that are not known for their abilities in the sciences at all. But anyway, let's just take the smaller figure of 30,000 people. Instead of going up to Dublin that day, those 30,000, if each and every one of them just donated €100, which is a very, very small projection onto what they might have spent that day, probably spent a lot more. Talking to some people that spent considerably a lot more. But even just €100 a day, that turns out to $3 million or €3 million. Had they taken that money and gone down and purchased that beautiful building down there in Kilcock, we today would not have to worry about an iPass centre there at all, and it could be recreated into something to glorify Irish culture, language, history, you name it. There would be a lot of beneficial use to us, but no. So these protests, well, take them now with a grain of salt. And except for the one organised in exactly about a month from now by John Malloy, who actually has stated a purpose for his protest, the one down in Cork, likewise, what was the purpose of that protest? If I'm to believe Tom MacDonald, well, he's not very happy, and he's gone off and trying to form a new party for himself, and good luck to you, Tom. At least you're a man, a genuine man. Anyway, that's it. So that is the situation down in Kilcock. And indeed, one of them could be bought every month. But no, you have these people just leading people round in a circle, in my opinion, now at this stage of the game, to their own benefit and not to the benefit of the common good or whatever. I will also briefly touch up there on the situation up in Ballymena. It's a tough situation up there. I was very surprised to see a lot of well-known figures on Facebook coming out and, oh man, saying that these people are savages and they're burning, they're doing this, that, and the other. And we are only into peaceful protests. Well, my study of history tells me that peaceful protests are not very productive at all. So, if history is a guide, what's happening now up there is a little bit of a spanner in the works for the game plan of the people that's organising this situation and this turmoil and this societal chaos. Because those people that have been planted into an area where they really do not belong, they actually might be intimidated to pack their bag and return to where they should be. Now that's just what history suggests to me will happen. We will see. Anyway, I'm trying to keep these to 10 minutes because 10 minutes is a long time to listen to me. Thank you very much for listening, and tomorrow is another day.